What's up, guys? So today I'm going to be teaching y'all how I make Pyrex loops only using one shots, and I literally only use one shots in every single melody I make. I might use like a pad out of Omnisphere or something, but most of them just come from one shot kits. So let's get into it. Make sure you like and subscribe. Alright, so the first thing I start out with on a lot of my melodies is a piano, and for this piano every note was on C, which made a chord. And then I put some notes in here to accent it and give it a scary feeling. Alright, so I'm gonna let y'all hear what that sounds like. And with most of the pianos that I make, I start out with a bass note. And I might change it up or something, do something like that. For this beat, I just stuck with the same chord throughout the whole pattern. And also on this piano I had reverb on it. I took out the low cut, raised the wet, and the forgot what this is called, the DEC, and I took the lows out with the EQ. For the next melody I made a mallet, or I used a mallet, and the key to like these dark melodies is making it extremely simple but adding like a lot of like scary type sounds. So I added a mallet in here, and it was really simple, but I put these two notes together right here to give it like a weird feeling, because those two notes have like a weird frequency when they play together. But I'll play this one for you and let you hear what it sounds like. So yeah, that's all I did for the mallets, and on this I also just added Fruity Reverb 2, and I took some of the low cut out and raised the DEC. For this melody, all I did was I took this string from the one shot kit, and by the way, this is like this is like my favorite one shot kit right here. I'll put a link in the description for it, so make sure y'all go get that. But I took a string out of there and I made this pattern right here. And literally all it is I made this normal, and then I raised it up and put a little top note up here to accent, and I put it in Effectrix, or at first I rendered it as an audio clip, then I put it in Effectrix and added reverb and EQ to it, took out some of the lows like this, and all it was a string too. So I'll let y'all hear what that sounds like. And I like doing that in a lot of my melodies, like reversing like a violin or a guitar or something. It sounds pretty good. But let's move on to the next. So for the next part, I just added a vocal, which I do in a lot of other loops that I make. And it's literally two notes. Like I said, you just keep it simple with these types of melodies. I put a lot of reverb on that, a lot of DEC on it. I love this, like this part of the Fruity Reverb too. That's why I use it so much. And I took out some of the low cut and raised the wet up. But yeah, that's all I did for that. The next part, I use this string that's in this one shot kit, and it's literally simple. It's just few slides, and the key to violins for one shots is using these slides, because like to make it sound realistic, you want it to like slide up to the next note in some parts of it. And also using reverb a lot on all of the sounds is another way to make it sound way better, because if you don't use reverb, it's gonna sound dry using one shots. So all I did for that was I put reverb on it, low cut. Same thing on every single sound pretty much for the reverb. The last thing, all I did was add this little string. It's the same thing I reversed right here, and it was just literally just one note. But all that together, all those simple like patterns just make it, they all sound good together. You just have to have simplicity and pick the right sounds. But here's what it sounds like together. Alright, so now it's time for the drums. For the drums, I didn't really mix them. I didn't spend a lot of time on these drums because I literally just made them a minute ago. But yeah, let's go through them. So for the hi-hat, you really want to play around with the velocities on your hi-hats a lot. Like through here, I played around with them a lot. But basically, you just want to add some pauses in it, a few rolls. You know, just mess around with them, mess with the velocities. But here's what they sound like. And I always, on my hi-hats, I always make 4 bars and then repeat the same 4 bars. I might change it up a little bit, but not that much. But all I did was add a Pyrex on here, and all it was a reverb on here too. And then I added some reverb. And that's it for the hi-hats. And then I added a clap. I added a snare. And for your snare, yeah, you want to mess around with the velocities a little bit. Add a few rolls here and there. And then for the 808s, you want to leave a lot of room in between your 808s because you want to have space. You don't want it to be like all clammed together, like all these notes everywhere, you know. Like you want that to be space. Like listen to this. Like you don't want it to be like this. You just want it to be spaced out. And it's also good to play with the velocities a little bit on these two. And I like adding ghost notes in here a lot. And on this little roll right here, I made it pan from ear to ear. I just did the pan thing straight down, and then I faded the velocities in. And I do that in a good amount of my beats too. And then for the hi-hats, or not hi-hats, open hats. This is one of my favorite, like this makes the beat for me when it comes to drums. For all of my hats, open hats, I turn the hold all the way up, everything else down. And I make some shorter and some longer, and I also pan them. So like, here's what these sound like. But yeah, that makes the beat. When you do like little things like that, just make a beat sound like way better, in my opinion. And then I also added a kick for the last thing to make the 808 hit harder. And that was about it. But yeah, here's what the final beat sounds like. thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. Go follow my Instagram. It'll be in the description. And I appreciate y'all guys a lot. Thank you for getting me to 400 subs. And see you in the next video. And also, I'm going to start doing a lot more of these tutorial videos. So, see y'all then.